What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Real Housewives of Miami Season 4, Episode 3. The episode is titled Painted with Pride, you guys. So, before we go ahead and get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and are not yet subscribed to the channel, then I'm going to need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. Do me a favor by liking the video, sharing the video, subscribe to the channel, and turning your notifications on. And with that out the way, you guys, without further ado, let us discuss the Real Housewives of Miami over on Peacock, you guys. All right, you guys, so this episode, I don't know why I got so loud with that one, but this episode, we literally picked up where we left off in the last episode. You guys remember in the last episode that Alexia was having the conversation with the ladies about her fiance Todd and her son Peter, right? Now, Alexia, I got a big question for you, right? Because what you said that Todd said to Peter was disrespectful as fuck. How can you be with someone that disrespects your child that way, right? You said that Todd called Peter a loser and that, he called him a loser just like his father, and the fact that Herman left him enough money to do nothing with his life. That was a low blow. And I follow Gertie on Instagram, and Gertie she posted a picture of Alexia and Todd. So I'm under the impression that, because I think that Alexia and Todd just got married, right? You still went through with that wedding, huh? I just wouldn't, you can't disrespect my child like that, right? I just wouldn't go for no shit like that. So then they start having this conversation about men putting pearls in their penises out in Cuba. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Something that I did not want to know anything about, but okay. It's a penile implant, but it's the pleasure of the woman. I was like, absolutely not. Now, Larsa, this question that you asked Julia was kind of an ignorant question. Like when she said, when you come out, can you never go back to being with a woman or the opposite sex, right? Just because a person comes out as gay, bisexual, trans, whatever, doesn't mean that and this is more specifically for, I'm gonna say more specifically for a bisexual person. If someone comes out as bisexual, that doesn't mean that they stop liking. So if it's a man, he comes out as bisexual, that doesn't mean that he stops liking women. That's just him saying, hey, I like women and I like men on top of that. So that statement was kind of an ignorant one. But Julia didn't take any offense to it, and Julia says that she's bi. So, Alexia tells the ladies that, she's going to be presented with this award at Pride, right? Because she has a big tie to the LGBT community, right? And she tells the ladies that, she found out after her father passed away that he was gay. I'm like, damn. So your daddy was gay and Herman was allegedly gay. Wow. You literally picked your father, huh? Not being funny or shady, but damn. Now, Adriana. Yeah, I love me some Adriana, but damn, Adriana. Did you really have to sit there and tell that girl that you heard at the funeral of Herman's that he died having sex with a man? Adriana. You didn't have to say that. You could have kept that little tidbit of information to yourself. You literally could have kept that tidbit of information to yourself, but hey, you didn't. You didn't, but you should have. So we're going to move forward, you guys. So let's talk about Larsa. Now, in this episode, it really wasn't much with Larsa. Really wasn't much. We saw Larsa. So you guys know that Larsa and Scotty still had that house down there in Miami, right? So Larsa is meeting with a realtor, right? So she's gonna sell the house. I think she said that Scotty wants to up the price to $14 million of that house. And even with the realtor, because he was telling her, like, some of the furniture in this house is outdated. And when you look at it, it is, especially that gym. I was looking at that gym. I'm like, that gym is hella dated, right? That gym look like it's from the early 2000s. That gym is dated, right? So he's telling her, and then he takes her to one room. He's like, the furniture in here is dated. You got to bring the furniture up. Then we go to their master bedroom, and I was like, wow, this is the master bedroom. The only good thing about that master bedroom was that big ass closet. Actually, you guys, let me segue right here real quick, right? Talking about real estate and talking about Larsa. Have you guys been watching the Netflix series Selling Tampa? The show is really, I enjoy Selling Tampa. I think that's a good show, right? No, I'm not reviewing Selling Tampa. I'm actually almost finished with Selling Tampa. I think I'm on episode 6 of Selling Tampa because they're out there in Miami, Florida, and Sherelle is, looking for a house for her 2 clients. Selling Tampa is a really good show. I'm enjoying it. Let me know what you got. Let me know if you guys are watching Selling Tampa in the comment section below, right? So we also find out, Scotty and Larsa, they don't have a prenup, right? So when they sell this house or anything, any property that they have, it's gonna be split down the middle. Split down the middle. I was like, okay, I guess. I'm still kind of, never mind. I ain't even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there because that ain't got nothing to do with me. So we gonna move on, you guys. Next up, let's talk about Nicole real quick, right? So I want to say that with Nicole, I do like Nicole. I just don't really like Nicole's storyline for right now. Her storyline, I like it, but I don't like it, right? Because it's kind of annoying, right? Because you guys know the story. Nicole tells people that she and Anthony are married. Why not just tell, like the conversation that you had with Lisa? That was an easy conversation. That's all you got to say to people is that, we're partners, right? And, like, I don't want to get married right now. If marriage happens, it happens. But I'm not actively looking to get married to him. We've been together 5 years and some change. If it's, as the old age-old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I do feel like part of me feels that Nicole does want to get married. And part of me feels that it's more so Anthony that doesn't want to get married. So, and I could be wrong, but I feel like he doesn't want to get married. She does. And she's conforming to what he wants, right? That's just my personal viewpoint. That's what I see. That's what I'm getting from it. I don't feel like it's Nicole per se that doesn't want to get married. I feel like she does. But Anthony is saying, let's pump the brakes on marriage right now. And she's going along with it, right? But like I said, once again, I could be wrong. So we see she and her son, who's such a cute little boy, right? Her son, what's his name? Grayson? So we see her. And then we see Lisa and her kids, right? So they're having a play date with each other, right? So she and Lisa go sit to the side, right? So Lisa asks her about she and Anthony, how long have they been together? She says, 5 years and some change. She says, so are you guys married? She says, no, we're partners, right? So then Lisa talks about her relationship with Lenny, right? And the fact that she and Lenny almost got a divorce, but, they were able to reel it back in before it came to that point. So also, before I even go further, because I was on Twitter yesterday, right? And I saw where someone was talking about Lenny and Lisa, right? So allegedly, the other woman that Lenny was having an affair with is supposedly Morgan from Bad Girls Club season 5, which was in Miami, right? I was like, oh, interesting. And when I saw that picture of Morgan, I'm like, oh my God, she does not look the same. Speaking of which, let's talk about the ladies of Miami. None of the ladies look the same. Only person, Adriana still looks the same, but Adriana is one, she's getting older, but I'm like, you've also had some plastic surgery as well that ain't quite sitting right. Lisa doesn't look the same at all. Lisa doesn't look the same. We all know Larsa doesn't look the same. Marsal looks the same, just a little bit older with a little bit more plastic surgery. So then back to Nicole, right? So Nicole is talking to, Lisa about her father, right? And how, her father went to prison. They took everything that he had, right? So basically they were destitute and kind of, I guess, in a sense, broke after the father went to jail. She talked about how she had, she went to the jail to see her dad, and it was very traumatic. I know what she means, right? Because I've been, I've had an uncle and I had a cousin that were in prison, right, when I was a kid. And the first time I went, it was just the most interesting experience, right? Like I've told you guys about how they do. You drive up to the gate, they make you get out the car so they can look inside your car, make sure that there's nothing, you're not sneaking anything in there. They check up under your hood, make sure there's nothing up under your hood. I don't know what you're going to sneak up under your hood. Then they check to see if there's nothing in your trunk. And then when you leave, they do the same situation again. They check up under the hood, make sure there's nothing up under there. I don't know what I can take out of the prison that I don't know what I can take out, right? I have no idea what I can take out, right? But hey, it is what it is. But she's talking about how traumatic it was. I'm like, girl, I know exactly what you mean. So we're gonna move on and we're gonna talk about Julia real quick, right? So Julia, we see Julia and her wife, Martina, right? So they're talking. So you guys know that Adriana is going to be doing this art exhibit for her paintings, right? That she's done. Beautiful exhibit, because when they showed it in the episode, it was so beautiful. And her paintings, I'm like, oh wow, those are really beautiful. But then when I saw those prices, I saw $10,000 for one. I was like, oh, I am truly a broke bitch because I couldn't afford that. Even I'm like, girl, can we do Afterpay? Something like that, because the way my wallet is set up, I can't afford that at all. So, Martina, she's just really nervous because this is going to be her first solo show, right? When it comes to her matches, it's different, right? She's good when it comes to her matches, but this is going to be her first solo show, so she's very nervous about this, right? So then we see, as everyone's getting ready for Martina's party, right? We see her and Julia getting ready. She was looking at Julia's dress. She's like, you got a lot of cleavage out, right? So then we see everyone shows up. We see Adriana. She had 2 dates, right? Her first date, I was like, he looks a little suspect. That's all I got to say. But she ended up having 2 dates at the party. So the party was really fun. Like I said, the paintings are, her paintings are amazing. Those prices let me know I was a broke bitch. They let me know I was a broke ass bitch. But it was a nice party. Now I will say though that with Adriana and Julia looked like she was a little in her feelings when she saw Adriana's first date. I was like, ooh. I don't think there's anything going on between Adriana and Julia. I think it's a friendship. But I mean, the way y'all playing it up on this camera, it's like it's a little bit more to that. But let's move on, you guys, and wrap up the episode. So next up, let's talk about Alexia. So we see Alexia, like I said earlier in the review, I believe that Alexia and Todd have gotten married now, right? So we see Alexia, she met up with Gertie for lunch, right? And they talk about the party, and they talk about the fact that Adriana mentioned at the party that she heard that Herman had died, in the presence of a man, right? They feel that Adriana could have kept it to herself, which I definitely agree. So then they proceed to talk about, Alexia and Todd's wedding. At this point, Alexia still has no venue. Gertie, you better than I am, right? You are so much better than me. I wouldn't give a fuck if this is for a reality show that we're filming or not. I would have told Alexia, look here, baby girl. So, my time is money. You ain't got no wedding date and you ain't got no damn venue. We gonna have to make something work. Because if not, I'm gonna have to take my time and my patience and my money elsewhere, right? Like, absolutely not. But I wonder, like with this story, I know it's part of her storyline. I know it's part of Alexia's and Gertie's storylines, respectively, right? And I also know that this party is to help. But see, here's the thing. I have to look and see when Alexia and Todd got married, if they're married. Because if they're not married, if they just recently got married, were y'all still filming the show? Because, baby, if we played this song and danced, and I entertained you on this show, you better damn well pick a fucking venue so that way we can put this on a television show that people can see me, so that way I can get some business from this. Because if I ain't getting no business from this, and you just wasting my time, I'm gonna be ready to box you. So then we see Alexia. We see her when we see them at Pride, and we just saw her when she was presented with her award, right? Like I said, for the work that she's done in the LGBT community. She's an advocate for the LGBT community. Julia and Adriana. Baby, Julia and Adriana was twerking on Julia one minute. Then, Adriana wanted her to, they were dancing. I'm like, ooh, Y'all are really playing up this sexual vibe. Now, like I said, do I believe that there's anything going on between Adriana and Alexia? Adriana and Julia. Not at all, right? So then the last scene that I'm gonna talk about with Alexia. We saw Alexia. So she had Kiki and she had Marisol over to her crib, right? Her crib is bad ass, man. I love her fucking crib, my nigga. Love that crib. If I had the money, I would go for it, right? So she's talking to Marisol and to Kiki about this situation with Herman's alleged lover, right? So Marisol already knows it, but she doesn't know that there's more to it, right? You guys remember Johnny in the last episode? He texted the guy, right? And the guy said he was cool with meeting up with Alexia, right? So Alexia said he reached back out and he said that he would he's cool with meeting her on Monday, right? So we got that, right? So then we see her and she's at this restaurant and she's waiting for him to show up, but he's late at this point, right? So then she calls Johnny saying, he's late. I don't know why Alexia, I guess she wants closure. I don't know why. Because the Herman that you knew, that wasn't him. If he did live a double lifestyle, you really truly won't ever know. You'll just have the words from this alleged lover. Unless this lover has photos of him, videos of them together, you won't really know what's like true and what's not true. But you're in a whole new relationship, and Herman has been dead for some years now, so I don't really understand why we're digging up the past. Let's let Herman rest in peace, I feel. But let me know what you guys thought about that. That's the episode. You guys leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified when I drop anything else. Share the video, you guys, and into the next one. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'll catch you guys later. And I hope you guys have a great holiday. And I'll see you guys again on Monday for the series finale of Insecure and for Claws. Bye, guys.